season, we're going to watch a lot of videos and highlights to, learn more about these Hall of Fame great players. The class of 2026, we're going to look at Candace Parker, Amare Stoudemire, Chamique and elenadelledonne. And we're also going to take a look at dianataurasi's career because she just got her jersey retired by the phoenixmercury. But first we're going to watch, nnekaogwumike. She's calling it, a career after this season. So I want to, give her some flowers because, she's the president of the Players Association, and she's a Hall of Fame to be, Hall of Famer to be, and also she's a champion. I loved her when she played for the Sparks and even the Storm, and she could be a future commissioner. Let's see a little bit of this video. We're gonna learn about some greats, y'all. Join me.
Where do you stand on the future of your WNBA career?
I feel very fulfilled with the 15 years that I've been able to play and compete at such a high level, and I am proud to say that I am retiring from the WNBA.
What is it like to say that out loud?
It feels good. It feels good because I'm doing it on my terms, in a way that I've always kind of envisioned, even though I didn't know what kind of player that I could be in this league. I never thought that I would play this long.
Oh, okay.
Never thought that I would be the type of player that I would play this long. But I do know how I want to lead the game. I do know how I want to lead my career.
To hear that you are retiring, when right now you are averaging 17 points, 9 rebounds, shooting almost 53% from the field, you are playing at an elite level. This is going to be quite the shock to many people. I mean, you could easily continue dominating in this league. So if it isn't your body that is telling you that it's done with the WNBA, what is telling you?
It's a little bit my body.
Okay.
You're like, it is a little. No, but I'm glad you verified. It is a little bit my body.
Okay.
I still feel very good.
Yeah, and you look very good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. But I also feel the comfort of slowing down a little bit. I just feel content. I feel very content with where I've left my career with 15 years under my belt. I feel very content about what we were able to achieve coming into this season, where we see the league today. Even when I think about the types of players I've been able to play with against Tina Thompson and also against Taurasi.
Right.
I was in the league during the Maya Moore era. I'm in the league during the Asia Wilson era. Seeing the legends come back, integrated into the life that is women's basketball today. I would be lying if I didn't say that I felt like them kind of like putting their hand on my shoulder. I kind of feel good about being closer to following their transitions out of the game and into this world. The game is evolving in so many different ways, and I just feel like I have poured as much as I could into this game, and the last bit is this year of playing. I'm proud of what I've done. I will say that. I'm proud of what I've done.
Also, I want you guys to learn a little more about Nneka before we get to the Basketball Hall of Fame. And here's a little bit of, Magic Johnson talking about her. I thought this was cool. Let me turn this up.
You talking about somebody that's special. Nneka will be the woman version of Magic Johnson and LeBron James. And I would say she's the smartest player in the WNBA. You only will see a few athletes that are so intelligent and smart that can be the president of the United States. I've only seen one or two people that do that, and that second one is Nneka.
So this is a little bit, this is like this is a little bit after the MVP season. But the thing I want you guys to see is the Magic Johnson part. But you gotta get paid, right? They gotta get paid. Ads. Come on, ads. They gotta get paid, right? But also, tell me your favorite Hall of Famer. Oh.
That the game was over, I looked at every player as they walked off the court, and they looked like...
Guys, I want you guys to tell me your favorite player. Oh, this is about... Learn a little bit about her family, too. You know, this is going to be great because they're talking about her sisters and her family. This part is good.
My parents, they came over here for college. They're from Nigeria. They weren't competitive athletes, but they also understood that it's important for us to stay well-rounded.
Mom, you have the camera sideways. There you are. Hey, mommy.
Hey, Mom.
What happened to your hair?
It was too heavy.
Oh, she hadn't seen it?
You didn't watch my game?
She was out.
I did, but I thought I didn't know I
You did not watch the game. Yeah, you didn't watch the game. Mom, you were, Mom, you were. Growing up in the house with the 4 girls, it was a lot of fun. We're just 4 sisters that love to play sports. Me being the oldest, I just kind of served as sister and parent.
Do you feel like you're doing the same with both hands still?
No.
Okay, so it doesn't change. All right, just
Absolutely
make
not.
No, one hand will always be stronger.
I first got into basketball because I grew too tall for gymnastics and my mom wanted us to stay active. So she signed us up for a rec league and I was really not good. Like, I was just tall. And so that was enough for me to make the team.
Nneka, she was the guinea pig for our family. She tried everything out first. You know, in high school, she got recruited by a lot of college coaches, and I was like, you know what, I want to do that too. She went to Stanford, I went to Stanford. She was #1. I remember at her draft, I was like, I want to be the first person called.
And this is history. They joined the Manning brothers as the only siblings chosen #1 overall.
She set the bar for all of us as sisters, and we just constantly try to chase it.
So what are you guys doing?
Just ate a little food.
Nneka made cinnamon rolls.
I started cooking 2 years ago.
Okay, that was just a little bit I wanted to show you. Now, okay, we should do that Dianataurasi. Okay, we're gonna do Dianataurasi and her jersey retirement. You know, we're gonna see Cheryl Miller and Vanessa Bryant tributes. I really like those, so check them out. Then we're gonna get to the Hall of Famers, you know, like Candace Parker, Amare. We're gonna get to that. Let's watch the Vanessa Bryant tribute.
Have you ever seen anyone more complete than Taurasi? One of the all-time greats in this league.
The WNBA didn't exist when Dianataurasi was a young girl, so she aspired to be a Laker. But just 10 days after she turned 15, the WNBA debuted in June of 1997 at the Great Western Forum, then home to her beloved Lakers.
It's the latest chapter in the history of women's
Becca
sports.
Lobo, Lisa Leslie.
And a new goal was born.
Dianataurasi, the All-American, all-everything.
It took her across the country to Storrs, Connecticut, to play for a program and a coach who insisted that the hard road to excellence was the only one worth traveling.
Gino.
Won the national championship again.
Diana won 3 national championships with Gino Auriemma at UConn and did it with a bravado and flair that made people enjoy the show without fully realizing how much sweat and toil went into it.
Dianataurasi will go out on top.
Even then, the Mamba mentality drove her to consistently put in the work during practice in empty gyms so she could shine brighter when the lights came on. Diana was a #1 draft pick in 2004, headed to a phoenixmercury team that needed an identity.
The phoenixmercury are your WNBA champions.
3 WNBA titles, 5 Olympic gold medals, and 6 EuroLeague championships later, Diana has scored more points than anyone in WNBA history.
Taurasi for the record!
Dianataurasi pulling through in the clutch.
To the best team in history!
She came up to me and she said, "I'm the white Mamba." I said, "Yes, you are." She has every bit of the temperament.
Kobe called you the white Mamba for a reason. You're a stone-cold killer on the court who is fiercely
cold-blooded,
and he changed the game for everyone. Tu ejemplo para luchar adelante es increíble. Tú eres una inspiración y fuerza para todos. El deporte ha mejorado por ti y por tu legado. Diana ends every workout the same way, with a game winner from Kobe. 3 dribbles going right, left foot plant, pivot, fade away.
I never wanted to be or talked about or worked every single day to be the best player in the world. I just try to be the best basketball player that day.
Diana has followed the inspiration of youth to basketball immortality, a journey that she might say was done the Mamba way, leaving her own legacy as a WNBA pioneer.
WNBA legend for sure. Now, next is Cheryl Miller. She gonna narrate something great.
Dear D. So that was it. The kid from Chino who became the face of Phoenix basketball. The child of immigrants wrapped in the American flag with 6 golds around her neck. From stores to Moscow, to Istanbul, to ECAT, and back to Arizona. Always back to Arizona. The chosen few set new standards, reached never-before-seen heights. Every moment that now feels like destiny was once hanging in the balance. And somehow, when the game asked who would decide it, you always answered. So that was it. And it was historic. 3 banners, 6 Olympics, 10,000 points, MVP, Finals MVP, 388 wins, 146 teammates, more than 3.2 million Mercury fans through the turnstiles. So that was it. And it was everything. Everything we could have asked for, and everything you could have given. Everything we'll always remember. You united us all behind our favorite team. So that was it. And it was forever. We watched you grow up. Watched them make you the logo. Watched the game flourish because of you and how you always demanded more. So that was it. And it was ours. You gave it to us and only us. 20 years, 638 games. And every time you signed on the dotted line, it was with us.
It feels good to be home.
Your victories, your records, your joy felt like ours. So that was it. And it was a gift. We thought we'd know how this would feel. We didn't. Because some careers become so much a part of your life, you don't actually believe they'll end. Born of sacrifice, rooted in selflessness, forged in true emotion for all of us to witness. To the icon, to the friend, to the wife, the mom, the teammate, the champ, the GOAT.
That's a crazy picture right there.
Forever. Thank you, D.
If it is the last time, it felt like the first time. I love you guys.
Alright, now we're gonna see a little bit of the jersey retirement and her saying a few words. Then we're gonna get to the HOF, Hall of Fame.
For everything that he's done for me in the last 4 or 5 years, it's been a true honor to be around someone when your values align.
Dang, Ben Diesel is there.
Winning mindset. And Matt, you brought that to Phoenix. And every single day I wake up.
There's a lot of players that came there, a lot of former teammates, but also like Michael Phelps was there.
Thank you for showing up every single day and treating us with the respect.
And I think Devin Booker was there from the Phoenix Suns.
To us, to everyone in this organization. Thank you, Josh. This is just an appetizer at halftime, but I want to speak directly to the city of Phoenix. Yeah. I got to the city in 2004, and I instantly knew this was the place for me. I had a conversation with Jerry Colangelo, and he asked me, so I heard your mom's from Argentina and your dad's Italian. I was like, yeah, I'm a mutt. And he goes, from here on out, you're 100% Italian. So I knew I was never leaving the desert. This place has made me who I am. You guys let me grow, you let me fall, you let me get back up, and you gave me the space to become who I am today. And through the championships, through all the good times, through all the bad times, the loyalty that you have given me is something that I will take with me forever in my whole life. I am forever grateful. I can never repay you all the love, the memories that you've given me. I feel like a true Phoenician, and the Phoenixmercury. The Phoenixmercury are great because of you. Don't ever forget that. And I forever will be grateful. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
X Factor. Let's see it get raised.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And her wife is Taylor, 13.
And there it is.
They gotta be the first wives to ever get jersey.
Immortalized in the rafters in Phoenix. She shares the moment with her family, her kiddos adorably counting down with the public address announcer. And you can just see how much this means to DT.
Yeah. Now let's go to the Hall of Famers. I'm sure Nneka and DT3 will be in the Hall of Fame. I think like 2029 or 2028, something like that. So let's go to Chamique Holdsclaw is first, and then soon we're gonna have Parker, elenadelledonne, and Amare. So let's get it.
Chamique Holdsclaw began her basketball career as a New York City legend, leading Christ the King High School to 4 straight state championships.
Christ the King is popular.
You hear a lot about the men and the boys who come out of New York. You weren't hear as much about the girls and the women. And here was Chamique setting this trail for people like myself to follow.
She would blossom into a national star at the University of Tennessee. Playing for Hall of Fame coach Pat Summitt, Holdsclaw led the Lady Vols to 3 consecutive NCAA titles.
Her team reminds me of Cheryl Miller.
The all-time leading scorer and rebounder in women's NCAA tournament history, Holdsclaw is considered one of the greatest women's collegiate players of all time.
She changed the game for a lot of young players. I know for me, why I wanted to go to the University of Tennessee, she is a big reason. And obviously a big reason we won championship.
Drafted first overall by the Washington Mystics, Holdsclaw was named Rookie of the Year.
The steal by Holdsclaw! unbelievable.
Chamique was just someone that was always good. It was almost expected, for her to do what she did in high school, do what she did in college, to get drafted #1. By the way, don't forget, slam cover in a Knicks jersey. I mean, this is somebody that really was putting women's basketball on the map in a different way, in like a cultural way.
She went on to become a scoring champion. And twice led the league in rebounding during her 11-year WNBA career, while also winning Olympic gold in Sydney in 2000.
When I think about Chamique and just the impact of the game, she was that person, the epitome of what greatness is all about.
Before I got a GoDaddy domain with a professional email address,
like, all these girls are playing with so much swagger, so much confidence, kind of like, they played on the playground a lot, like on the streets a lot, They play with that toughness, you gotta love it. You just gotta love it. And also, tell me your favorite, between these players that we're watching, tell me your favorite, is it Taurasi? Is it, Holdsclaw? Is it, Chamique? Is it Amare? Is it elenadelledonne? Or just tell me a Hall of Famer that's in a different class that you enjoy watching, whether it's the women's or the men's, NBA, WNBA, doesn't really matter. Just, get a conversation going in the comments, Ads. What can you do? Oh, let me see. Let me try to skip it. Let's go. We're going to hear a little bit of them talk.
Welcoming Chamique to the Hall of Fame are Chamique Tina Thompson, and Teresa Weatherspoon.
Hey, look at those legends. Hey, look, the Celtics there. Look at Candace. Oh, yeah. We're not
on that court.
We're not going to hear them talk like the whole time, but just a little bit of each speech. I'll try to fast
Story houses in Queens, New York. Right.
New York State of mind.
Young men from Astoria houses and the Boys and Girls Club on 21st Street, because without them, I might not be standing here today. When I was growing up, girls were not allowed to play at the club. They told us arts and crafts were for us. But those young men saw something in me, advocated for me, and made sure I had a place on that court. I will never forget Ron Artest, now known as Meta World Peace, telling everyone, anyone tries to hurt, I'm knocking you out. That was protection, that was respect, and that was belief. But before the world knew my name, they made sure I belonged. From that point on, my basketball journey always felt anointed. I was surrounded by greatness, by people who protected me and believed in me. I remember watching Speedy Claxton play at Elm Court, the rhythm, the confidence, the energy. That was New York basketball. Then in high school, I found myself on the court with Lamar Odom. Watching Lamar, I quickly realized that I needed to elevate my game. I had to make my inside-out crossover a little smoother. Being around greatness at a young age demanded greatness from me. I would never forget chasing down Sonny Vaccaro because I wanted to attend his camp. I told him, Sonny, I play against a lot of these guys and I'm just as good. He listened, he was kind, but he redirected me. He talked to me about great women basketball players and programs, and he kept mentioning the University of Tennessee over and over. At that time, I didn't fully understand. Looking back now, that was alignment. That was the game guiding me exactly where I was supposed to be. I also have to honor and acknowledge a team that changed everything for me. The 1996 United States Olympic team, Teresa Edwards. Let's go, y'all.
They're also getting honored tonight.
Teresa Edwards, Swoopes, Lisa Leslie, Donne, Staley. Those were the women whose posters were on my wall. Black women, strong, confident, dominant, graceful. They made me believe that this dream could become a reality. And standing here tonight, it feels full circle. I want to thank every teammate I have ever had. Thank you for the battles, the practices, the bus rides, the locker room moments, and for pushing me to become better. We share something special that only teammates truly understand. Every one of you is part of this journey and this moment. To everyone who supported me, encouraged me, believed in me along the way, thank you. Whether you were there at the beginning, somewhere in the middle, or you're here now, you helped shape me. To the fans, thank you for riding with me.
We're gonna go to elenadelledonne. We're gonna go to Elena. Also, if you guys have watched these players in person, let me know. Your favorite memory of them, your favorite, highlights of them, like the type of player they were on the offense or defensive end. Let me know about it. I grew up definitely watching elenadelledonne. Oh, so let's go.
She has so many weapons in her pocket.
Elenadelledonne is the ultimate mismatch and can score from virtually anywhere.
She's not just an offensive player.
The number 2 overall pick of the Chicago Sky in the 2013 draft, Elenadelledonne had an immediate impact, capturing Rookie of the Year honors and reaching the WNBA Finals in her second season.
One thing about Elena and her game that I just think about
that's a legend right there.
That was just such a hard matchup for every team to go to guard.
Delledonne has been absolutely unstoppable.
The thing that stands out the most is how beautiful and fluid her jump shot was. Like picture perfect jump shot.
She the first 50, 40, 90 player in the WNBA.
While leading the league in scoring in 2015, Delledonne captured her first MVP award.
The Sky has so many great players leave.
She helped the Mystics reach back-to-back finals, capping off another MVP season in 2019 with a WNBA title.
For the very first time, the Washington Mystics are WNBA champions.
Elena reached true greatness through hard work and being one of the best at what she did for her entire career.
Welcoming Elena to the Hall of Fame are Marion Stanley and Big Sylvia Fowles. Please welcome.
Speech goes.
Healthy.
I remember watching her with the Sky and watching her with the Mystics.
Okay. All right, good evening, everyone. Before I get started, I have to thank my incredible presenters, Marianne and Sylvia. Marianne, I was so lucky to have you as my positions coach. Whether you're scouting an opponent in a championship series or leading a light workout, your preparation and attention to detail never changed. You showed up every single day with the same purpose and intensity. And that consistency is something I've tried to carry into my own life. I also know retirement has turned you into quite the gardener. And as a newly retired bird watcher myself, I know giving up an entire weekend is no small sacrifice. Thank you so much for being here. And so, having you as my vet helped this once very nervous rookie find her footing right away. While plenty of veterans around the league were making rookies clean their cars or chasing balls they had kicked across the arena, you treated me like an equal from day one. That set the tone for the entire team, and I'll never forget it. Whew, I can't look at you.
She's about to cry.
Your basketball greatness speaks for itself. It's truly one-on-one. But what's even more remarkable is the person you are. Your kindness, warmth, and generosity are impossible to miss. People feel it the moment they meet you. Syl and I also share another distinction. We've both heard our names absolutely butchered by fans over the years. Sylvia Fowles,
Sylvia Fowles,
aka Sylvester Flowers.
What?
and I've been referred to as elenadelledonne.
What?
I'll let you all decide which one deserves the championship.
I've heard Deladova.
As I look around this room tonight, I'm humbled to be standing alongside so many people who have given their lives to this game. I cannot thank Jerry Colangelo, John DeLeva, and the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame enough for this incredible honor. I've realized this speech isn't really about getting into the Hall of Fame. It's about saying goodbye. Not to basketball, thanks to USA Basketball and Monumental Sports launching my post-playing career right away. But goodbye to the player I've been for as long as I can remember, where every season began with hope, every summer had a purpose, and every morning I woke up asking one question: how can I get better today? I've spent my whole life in love with this game. Minus a little breakup where I left UConn after 48 hours, quit the sport entirely, and decided to play collegiate volleyball, but we will not get into that tonight.
That's funny.
I do realize my proximity to Stores, Connecticut right now. So, the question I've been wrestling with is, what do you do after spending your entire life in love with one thing? You write a love letter and you deliver it in front of a few thousand people, so here we go. Dear basketball, you have been the longest relationship of my life. Longer than any teammate, longer than any coach, longer than Amanda. Don't worry, Amanda, you still rank higher. You've been with me since I was a gangly kid in Delaware, trying to shoot over a ladder named Oscar to help me develop my shooting arc. You never cared if I was awkward.
Okay, let's go to another one. We're not really going to get into the coaches. Doc Rivers, they're doing the women. They're doing the USA women. I thought they would do them last, but let's go to them. Oh yeah. All right. But you know, I was a kid, when this was happening. So let me know if you watched the 1996 USA team. How did you like them? Also, with elenadelledonne, I even watched her. I feel like 10 years, that's really great. Even despite the injuries,
In 1996, the U.S. Women's National Basketball Program was at a crossroads.
Not having won the gold medal in either the 1992 Olympics or the 1994 Women's World Championship, they needed to figure out a different way to reclaim the gold.
The players were on a mission, and they embarked on a lengthy barnstorming tour to build chemistry, continuity, and confidence.
Whoa, look at that.
We want to let everybody know this is a national team. We're the best in the world. How dare you think you come and play with us?
How dare you? Okay.
Once the Olympic Games opened in Atlanta, the team continued to roll.
That was absolutely sensational.
Great passing, great selfies.
There was nothing that was going to stop that team from getting that gold medal. It wouldn't matter who was out there, they were going to get it done.
We had some moments. We were in the trenches together. We learned how to win together.
We're the greatest.
In that moment when they won the gold medal, you knew women's basketball was about to be different for all of us.
What that team did to lay the foundation for people to be able to appreciate professional women's basketball in this country is massive.
This team broke through. That was the moment that we said, you know what, the time is right for there to be a women's pro basketball league in the U.S. with the name WNBA.
Oh yeah. Let him know.
Members of the 1996 USA Basketball Women's National Team here with us tonight. Jennifer Azzi, Ruthie Bolton, Teresa Edwards, Vince Lacey, Lisa Leslie, Rebecca Lobo, Katrina McLean, Carla McGee, Don Staley, Katie Stanning, and Cheryl Swoopes. Now, any tribute to this legendary team would not be possible without acknowledging the late, great Nikki McCrae Pinson. And representing Nikki is her son, Thomas Nixon Pinson. And now the coaching staff of the 1996 U.S. Women's National Team. We're also remembering the late Nancy Darsh tonight, representing Nancy as her niece, Sarah Darsh.
He actually looks good, bald.
Please welcome assistant coaches Seal Berry and Marion Washington and head coach Tara Vanderveer. Here they are, the 1996 U.S. Women's National Basketball Team.
Clap, 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 clap.
What makes a daddy? Maybe.
Also, who's your favorite player on that squad? Lisa Leslie has always been my favorite. Then it's been Candace Parker, and now, it's a little bit of everybody. But Lisa Leslie was always my favorite, And I remember when they was on Martin. Remember when they did that episode on Martin, and they was on Sister Sister. So they definitely paved the way, for sure.
I think that, yeah.
Let's hear them talk a little bit. Let's go to Swoopes.
And, so the fact that we see huge crowds watching the W today is, I don't think, a surprise to any of us, because we had big crowds that came out and watched us play there.
You guys set the tone, is what you did. Yes. What do you remember most about the gold medal game?
About the gold medal game? I think having the opportunity to represent our country was major for us, and we went 52-0 prior to getting to the Olympics. We played every country on their home soil, and we beat them.
Domination.
But before the Olympics began, one story, we actually were in Russia, playing in Russia, one of the trips Cheryl did make. But that's an inside joke, but Cheryl did make that trip. We were in Russia, it was freezing. We had our sweats on and we played. We were down by 30 at halftime. And I don't know if all of you guys remember this, but we were down by 30 and we huddled. We went into the locker room and Tara was like, just take it a little bit at a time. Like, don't be so overwhelmed with it. But we put on a full court press. We finally warmed up a little bit and we came back and won that game in Russia. And I think moments in the trenches when you're down with your teammates and you look at each other and you decide you're not going to lose, that game always stuck in my head and my heart, because I knew with these women we were not going to be denied playing in front of the USA with 35,000 fans chanting USA. We wanted to hear our national anthem when that game ended, and we were never, ever going to lose that game. So I remember those moments that built us for that moment, and we're just thankful that we had the opportunity, that we had the platform to represent our country. It's the highest honor, I believe, of our careers, and we're just so thankful that the WNBA, the late great David Stern, Adam Silver, took hold and understood that we had an opportunity for women's professional basketball to thrive here in our country, and we're so proud of where we are today.
Those are such wonderful memories. What made this team so special?
What made this team so special?
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting when Teresa said that, this was the best team she played on. People have asked me how would this team compare to some of the incredible teams that have come since then. We're the only one who trained for a year straight.
We trained for a year straight. We'd be on the road about 3 weeks, and we'd get a couple days at home with our family. Then we'd be on the road for 3 weeks, and we went all over the U.S. and played against college teams. We went all over the world, Siberia in February. We were in China. We were in Australia. And this group just really came together and bonded. And, it was such a fortunate time that we got to be a part of, and you have mentioned it, but this team was the foundation of what the WNBA became. And that foundation was poured by Adam Silver and David Stern and Val Ackerman and Renee Brown. And now all of us get to look around and watch WNBA games and see the growth and the popularity of the WNBA in college basketball and explode at a level that we've never seen before. And I hope all of the women here and all of our teammates sometimes just take a second to smile and appreciate the role that this team played in that being a foundational piece. But it was that year. It was that year together of hard times and laughter that made our team be able to be what it was.
Wow, what a wonderful experience.
I wanted the word kappa as a...
A lot of these teams, Olympic teams, don't do that anymore. Training for it. Like, it's no wonder that, the WNBA came after that, because so many people, they don't do that anymore. With all their obligations to their countries and, the NBA and WNBA seasons,
How you doing?
Great.
Good.
Amar'e Rashad, that's his name, yes.
You guys set a new standard, right? I'll be by doing that at the point. Tell me about the scrimmages, the practices. How did that go? Was that tougher than the teams you were playing in the practices? That does happen on great teams like that. The best game is the ones you have in practice.
Sneakers, bling blinging.
Did you have those?
We had some practices that were pretty challenging, not from the competition, but by the scorekeepers and the officials. Right? The coaches were the officials. Right? Tara was the executor of overriding calls and giving an advantage to a mental advantage to the other team, i.e. the team that Ruthie Bolton played on. Right? We got hot. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. We got so hot that one practice we were scrimmaging and Tara did her thing. Right? So Katrina and I were on the same team. I said, Tree, we're just gonna take this loss. We're gonna get on this line and we're gonna run our sprint and then we'll start over. Tara wasn't having that. She was like, no, you're going to finish it. It's 8 seconds left on the clock. You're going to finish this game. So we finished the game, and we did our sprint, right? And I'm from North Philly. And I was North Phillying Tara up and down that court until we finished. Letting her know that, yeah, we're out here competing just as much as Ruthie, right? But it was great. Like, it was some of the most incredible experiences, friendships, competition, and it made us mentally tough to handle anything that any of our careers, we were challenged by. That experience alone 30 years ago, I still remember it to this day. And you can reflect on whether or not it was too hard or too much, but we got through, right? And now the fruits of our labor is 30 years. We're celebrating 30 years in WNBA.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you that I want to say thank you especially to our coaches, because Tara Vanderveer here was a coach that she understood exactly where she wanted to take us. She pitted us at times against each other in the most competitive way.
So let's go to Amarestoudemire. And then I guess Candace Parker is might be last. Saving the best for last. Candace Parker, my GOAT. But, You know, Asia Wilson, you know, she got the crowd now. Dunkorama. Boom shakalaka. Get that out of here.
After being selected by the Phoenix Suns with the 9th overall pick in the 2002
out of high
NBA
school,
draft,
right?
Amar'e went on to capture Rookie of the Year honors.
Mentally and physically, he was well prepared to compete in the NBA.
The 2003 NBA Rookie of the Year, Stoudemire.
He was incredible. That's one of the best physicals power game I've ever seen.
Stoudemire was an unstoppable combination of power and grace. He was a perfect fit for the fast-paced Suns team whose playing style helped modernize the game.
That team was fun to watch.
You've seen 6'11" be explosive, but not like that. He was a lightning bolt.
He went to the next one. No one wanted
to get in and out of pick and rolls with his feet, his quickness, explosiveness, incredible hands. He made my job a lot of fun.
A little mid-range too.
Arriving in New York in 2010, he was named an All-Star for the 6th time, while helping lead a resurgent Knicks team back to the postseason.
He scored, rebound. I mean, he's got one of the most electric athletes and scorers we had in the game at the time.
That was one of the ones that grew into himself. Consistency, the beat rate.
He just had, some injuries.
And he left his mark on his peers and players that he played against.
I'm getting a lot of building website ads.
Welcome in, Amare, to the Hall of Fame and the most spectacular entourage of...
Dang, T-Mac.
I want to thank the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame.
Grant Hill.
Because without the Naismith Hall of Fame Committee and the Board of Governors, I wouldn't be here today. And all the Naismith family for creating the game of basketball, right? This game has brought me so much, and it just gave me so much. I want to thank the fans. All my fans who watched me play, saw me flying through the air, attacking the rim. They appreciate me as well as I appreciate them. My teammates, all my teammates I played with in Phoenix, New York, Miami, they took upon my leadership. I followed their leadership. We happened to build a great camaraderie with each other and build something special in basketball. All the coaches took time out to dedicate their life to basketball. Spending time away from their families and really trying to teach them the game of basketball. As a high school player, I needed that. I needed that type of leadership.
The weird looking jumpers.
I played for Phoenix Suns. I was drafted by the great Jerry Colangelo. Rick Wells was the president of operations at the time. And playing for Phoenix as a rookie was important for me. As a high school player, growing up in Florida, you're going to the NBA. And it's a different world. And to have an organization that understood that and really brought me in and really molded me as a basketball player and helped me to come where I am today. And my basketball journey started back when I was in Lake West, Florida. And this journey was a journey of perseverance. Persevering through life and also basketball was a serious journey for me. My dad, bless his memory, took me to my first basketball game. I saw my cousin, play a high school game. He called us live on the rim. My dad was like, "That's your cousin." And from that point on, I knew I wanted to play basketball. I fell in love with the game.
Real bacon?
Fell in love with the game. I remember the fast-paced Suns.
Basketball I got was from my mom, a gift. And that basketball became my best friend, became my therapist. As I traveled through different cities and states, we traveled through Lake Wells, Florida, where it all started. Went from Newburgh, New York, to Port Jervis, New York, to Atlanta, Georgia, to Winter Haven, Florida. And despite the tribulations that we had to face throughout that time, I had my basketball with me. So whenever there was issues or situations I had to deal with, I would go to a court with my basketball, and I would play one-on-one with the imaginary Michael Jordan. I was just engulfed in the game, and it became my therapist.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't start playing organized basketball until I was 13 years old. The Orlando Magic became an expansion team, and they created this program called the Junior Magic. When the Junior Magic came about, and we had this game in Lake Wells, I played my first game as a 13-year-old. I got the ball, I took off, I dunked it, the crowd went crazy. I said, never seen a 13-year-old dunk on someone before. And from that point on, my name started buzzing around my local neighborhood. Then I started traveling, playing YBOA basketball tournaments, playing AAU basketball only in Florida. So now I'm 13, 14 years old, and now my name is being known around the state of Florida. But then I started traveling even more nationally, playing national tournaments. And I wanted to take this sport to another level. So in high school, when I got to high school my freshman year, I started to go around down a path I didn't want to go down. I started hanging out with the wrong crowd, and I went to my JV coach and said, Coach, I gotta get out of here. I can't stick around. And for a 15-year-old to make that kind of decision was not easy for me. All my friends and family was in Lake Wells. So my coach said, hey, Stat, you got two options. You got Oak Hill Academy, or you got Mount Zion. So I said, well, he said, Oak Hill Academy is an all-boys school. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he said,
he like, I don't want to go there.
Mount Zion Academy, where Tracy McGrady went. So I said, Coach, isn't that where T-Mac didn't go to high school?
T-Mac?
He went to high school. I'm like, well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do that. So that's why you see T-Mac here today, because he was an inspiration for me to have the ideal mindset coming from the same hometown that one like me can now take that jump to the NBA of high school. So from that point on.
Alright. Last but not least, Candace Parker.
What makes a daddy?
Also, go check out my other Candace Parker videos. I have like at least 2 videos. When she retired, I have one, and I have like one where I'm discussing her documentary. So go check those out.
Oh my goodness! Magical stuff by the NBA. Superwoman guard skills.
All around game, yes. Yeah.
Candace Parker first hit the national stage as a member of the Tennessee Lady Vols, which she led to 2 NCAA championships.
The most dominant program in women's college basketball adds yet another title.
After being drafted first overall in 2008, Candace became the only player in WNBA history to win Rookie of the Year and Most Valuable Player in the same season.
We knew that she was going to come in and be able to have a huge impact immediately. The writing was already on the wall. The superstar had arrived.
It's everybody in this building. No hesitation, y'all.
Most 6'4", 6'5" players are in the post. She could definitely back you down like a traditional post. But then, oh man, she has the mid-range game. Oh, then she has the 3. Then she's playing the point guard and running the offense.
We fight like we win the ball every time. Beautiful.
Parker won another MVP award in 2013, and 3 seasons later she brought home her first WNBA title.
Nneka is on that team.
She would go on to win 2 more championships with her hometown team, the Chicago Sky, and also with the Las Vegas Aces. In international play, Candace won 2 Olympic gold medals.
High school, college, pro, Olympic, winning tradition.
And today, she continues to connect with fans as a broadcaster, sharing her love of the game.
There's been so many women that have come before me that laid the foundation and the groundwork for this.
She continued to just really inspire the next generation.
And Candace is one of those players who had a huge impact on changing how the women's game is played.
Welcoming Candace to the Hall of Fame makes for an outrageous starting five. Dwayne, Cheryl Miller, Amare, Chamique. Please welcome Candace.
All in. Dwayne, Illinois, Chamique, AI, Cheryl Miller. Oh, and she got the basketball with her. She got the basketball with her.
Now that's...
She married to the game. That's what she said when she got that ring.
Man, it's crazy because all the legends have told me about the heaviness of this room, right? But growing up, I looked at all of you all, and now like the heaviness is you guys are looking at me. So I'm just super grateful to be here. It was never just a game, and today I hope to tell you a story about a love story. That feeling happened when I was 13. I was in 7th grade, and it was just us in the gym, and I was in love. First quarter was defined by you chase people in passion, and you will never fail in life. 1972, Title IX, it was passed, and that meant opportunity for women. Years later, there's a guard from USC that moved like nothing we had ever seen before. She was coached by Pat Summitt, and then 84 Olympics gold medalist. Her name was Cheryl Miller.
Gotta give her flowers.
And she broke the mold and set the stage for what was to come and what is today. Throw that back. Throw it back. Growing up in the 90s in Illinois was a time to be alive. Bulls 3-peat, although Ron Harper was my favorite player, I'll be honest. MJ was cool, Ron Harper was my favorite player. But I didn't have to look far. I looked down the hall to my role models, my brothers Anthony and Marcus. They gave me front row seats to what it took to be great. They were my heroes. People see a 10-year NBA vet who used to guard some of the greatest in the game. He's a GM with the Magic now, and some people ask what happened to my middle brother. Well, he just went on to Johns Hopkins and became a doctor.
He just became a doctor. Not a
but I saw the journey that it took to get there. I saw the journey to greatness. I saw the grind. And I began to learn at an early age that participation trophies were not accepted in our household. I played soccer in my hometown in Naperville, Illinois, and the lone member of our team hadn't scored all year. So we parted the Red Sea. I crossed the ball, she toted it in, and barely ran, over the line. Her dad ran out there, picked her up. They did airplanes. He was asking her where she wanted to go for ice cream. All of that. They just celebrated. And I looked over at my dad, and I was like, one time I had five goals in a game. I got nothing. Not even a good game. He shrugged and said, Parkers don't have that same goals, and they don't have those same expectations. We had a legacy to live up to.
Ooh, okay.
You see, my great-grandfather claims Duke. He graduated and got his master's at the University of Oklahoma in 1956 as a black man. My Mimi Shirley Montgomery, she could throw a mean left-hand pitch, and she threw the only no-hitter in Des Moines history for girls. Before sport was thought to be for girls. I understood that, I had my ancestors, I had standards, and I had responsibilities to live up to. My mom always constantly telling me can do. Her mantra that gave me confidence to have the courage to speak up and to own my own voice. She has and will always be my #1 fan.
Oh, okay. You're the real MVP. You're the real MVP. Listen, if you want to go check out all the speeches, go to NBA. This is all of it. Every Basketball Hall of Fame speech. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Make sure you guys go check out, more players that you may not know that is in the Hall of Fame, and also thank you, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me your favorite NBA and WNBA player, and also be on the lookout for more WNBA videos that's on the way, more movie reviews, and also stay ballin'. Let me shoot. Alright.
Brothers didn't dunk till they were 16.
We'll keep going. He saw things in me far beyond